The stars stretched endlessly across the black sky, distant points of light shimmering like frozen fire. Captain Alex Monroe sat in the command chair of the Orion Vanguard, watching the vastness of space with a calm, calculating gaze. The human rescue mission he led was nearing the remote colony on Epsilon 12, a small planet orbiting a star nearly 200 light-years from Earth. The colony had sent out a distress signal a week ago. Its communication had been abruptly cut off, and the last transmissions indicated a hostile alien presence. Earth had responded quickly. The mission was simple in its objective but dangerous. In its execution, reach the colony, assess the situation, and rescue the trapped humans. Yet Alex knew that simple in space was often a dangerous illusion. "Captain, sensors are showing irregular energy signatures ahead," Lieutenant Mara Chen reported, her voice steady despite a subtle edge of concern. She pointed to a flickering display of multicolored signals. Alex leaned forward, studying the readings. "Show me the trajectory projections," he said. Within seconds, the holographic display projected the path of several unknown ships, moving with speed and precision. Their formation was tight, military in design. Mara's brow furrowed. "These are not colony ships, sir. They're approaching fast and they're not signaling. It looks like an ambush." Alex's jaw tightened. He had suspected the possibility, but seeing it confirmed made his stomach tense. "Prepare defensive protocols, all crew stand by. If they engage, we give them a welcome they won't forget." The crew responded with quiet efficiency. Engineers ran checks on the ship's shields while gunners readied energy weapons. Alex activated the ship's communication channel. "This is Captain Monroe of the Orion Vanguard. We come in peace, delivering aid. Identify yourselves or be warned. Hostile action will be met with resistance." There was no reply. The alien ships advanced, their silhouettes dark against the background of stars. Then in an instant, the Zeltrax fleet appeared in full, cloaking devices dropping away like shadows peeling off their forms. "Red alert!" shouted the tactical officer. "They're firing!" Bright pulses of energy streaked across space, hitting the Orion Vanguard's shields with tremendous force. The ship shuddered, and alarms blared throughout the bridge. Sparks flew as systems overloaded momentarily. Alex gripped the armrests of his chair. "Return fire. Target the lead ships, but keep formation tight. Protect the colony signal. We can't afford to lose track of it." Gunners responded immediately, firing precise bursts of energy that illuminated the dark void around them. The Zeltrax ships were fast, their movements coordinated, but the humans were relentless. Each shot from the Orion Vanguard's turrets found its mark, and several smaller enemy ships exploded in brilliant flashes of light. Still, the Zeltrax were cunning. They attempted to flank the human ship, cutting off escape routes. One of the crew members, Ensign David Ortiz, spotted a small vessel attempting to break through the perimeter shields. "Captain, they're trying to board us." Alex's mind raced. A boarding action would be catastrophic. He pressed the comm button. "All security teams, intercept and block the boarding craft. Engineering, boost shields on deck 7 and 9. Mara, redirect all auxiliary power to forward shields. We hold here." The Orion Vanguard's crew moved with precision. Security teams met the boarding party with stun nets and energy repulsors. Sparks flew, and the narrow corridors echoed with shouts and the hum of advanced weaponry. Despite the danger, Alex felt a surge of pride. His crew was disciplined, brave, and unyielding. They were human, ordinary in many ways, but extraordinary when faced with impossible odds. Amid the chaos, Alex's tactical officer reported, "Captain, the colony signal is being jammed. They're trying to erase our access." Alex's face hardened. "They think they can scare humans? Let them try." He activated the ship's electronic countermeasures, sending a wave of signals that disrupted the Zeltrax jammers. The colony's distress beacon blinked back online, weak but intact. The alien ships, realizing their initial assault had not broken the humans, intensified their attack. One of the larger ships launched a plasma torpedo directly at the Orion Vanguard. It struck the ship's hull, shaking it violently. Fire erupted in the engineering bay, and the hum of the engines faltered. "Damage report," Alex demanded. Lieutenant Chen responded quickly. Engines are still functional, but the forward shield is at 30%. Fire suppression is activated, but we have casualties in engineering. Alex nodded, making his decision instantly. Divert all remaining power to forward shields. Tactical, we target their command ship. End this quickly. The crew responded with renewed determination. The Orion Vanguard's cannons focused on the largest Zeltrax vessel. With precise shots, the humans disabled its shield generators, leaving it vulnerable. A final barrage hit its core, and the ship erupted in a brilliant explosion, sending debris spinning into the void. The remaining Zeltrax ships hesitated, their formation breaking. They had underestimated humanity's resilience, ingenuity, and courage. Amid the tension, Alex thought about the colony waiting for them. Families trapped on a hostile world, relying entirely on human intervention. He refused to let them down. All ships, advance on Epsilon 12. We get to that colony, and we get everyone out. The journey continued, but the Orion Vanguard had suffered damage. Several systems were offline and crew members were injured, yet morale remained high. Each human aboard understood the stakes. They were the line between life and annihilation for the colony. Hours later, the planet appeared on sensors. Epsilon 12 was a rocky world with deep canyons and sprawling settlements tucked into valleys. Smoke and fire rose from several points, evidence of the Zeltrax's initial attacks. Scanning the surface, said Lieutenant Chen. Multiple zones of destruction. The colony is scattered, but the signal points to the northern sector. That's where we find the survivors. Alex looked at the planet through the viewport. He clenched his fists. Prepare landing teams. Full combat readiness, we're going in. As the Orion Vanguard descended into the atmosphere, the crew could see the aftermath of the Zeltrax attack. Buildings were damaged, vehicles overturned, and the people of the colony moved in fear, trying to escape. The humans landed in a wide clearing just outside the main settlement. The heat from fires and the smell of burning metal filled the air, but Alex's focus remained sharp. Security teams, form perimeter. Rescue teams, follow me. They moved, quickly, using compact hover vehicles and advanced scanning equipment to locate survivors. Children clung to parents and older colonists looked at the humans with a mix of hope and disbelief. Captain Monroe knelt beside a family of 4, huddled near a damaged shelter. You're safe now, he said gently. We're getting everyone out. Can you move? The parents nodded, tears in their eyes. We thought no one would come, the mother whispered. Alex nodded, standing and signaling the team. We come for all of you. Let's get moving. But the Zeltrax were not finished. From the cliffs above, hidden ships fired warning shots, attempting to block the humans' path. Alex saw them too late to avoid a brief panic in the group. Return fire, he shouted. Protect the civilians at all costs. A firefight broke out, but the humans, disciplined and fearless, pressed forward. Shields, precision weapons, and tactical coordination allowed them to push the Zeltrax back. Every human aboard the Orion Vanguard was giving their all, proving that courage and unity could overcome even a technologically superior foe. Finally, after a tense battle, the Zeltrax retreated, leaving the humans in control of the clearing. Survivors were safe, for now. Alex stood, watching the colony. The rescue had begun, but he knew this was only the start. The Zeltrax had revealed their strength and cunning, and humanity's retaliation would need to be swift and decisive. For now, though, the humans had won this battle, and Captain Alex Monroe knew that Earth would not forget their bravery, nor would the Zeltrax underestimate humanity again. The Orion Vanguard returned to Earth orbit battered but victorious. Captain Alex Monroe and his crew were welcomed as heroes, their names already circulating across news channels and military communications. Every report praised their bravery, precision, and determination. Yet Alex felt no pride. The mission had been only the beginning. The Zeltrax attack had shown that humanity was no longer safe, merely by avoiding conflict. In the Grand Command Hall of Earth's Orbital Defense Station, Admiral Lena Hart stood at the front, her presence commanding attention. The room was filled with high-ranking military officials, scientists, and government representatives. Holographic displays floated above tables, showing detailed reports of the attack on Epsilon 12, Zeltrax ship formations, and the damage inflicted on the colony. Admiral Hart, Alex began, the Zeltrax are not only capable of attacking defenseless humans, they can move with stealth and precision. Their technology is advanced and they know how to exploit weaknesses. If we don't act quickly, other colonies could be next. Admiral Hart nodded gravely. We have reviewed your reports, Captain Monroe. Your crew's courage and skill gave us valuable intelligence. The Zeltrax underestimated human coordination and ingenuity. But we cannot rely on luck. Humanity must respond strategically, decisively, and with full strength. Alex's gaze swept across the room. What is the plan? Hart tapped a holographic display, showing multiple star systems. We have developed a multi-phase counterstrike. First, we fortify our colonies and deploy early warning systems. Next, we launch a tactical strike against Zeltrax forward bases, using the intelligence your team gathered. The objective is not to annihilate them, but to demonstrate that any aggression against humanity will be met with instantaneous retaliation. Dr. Celine Voss, a senior scientist, added, We've analyzed the Zeltrax weapon systems and cloaking technologies. We've developed countermeasures that can neutralize their stealth ships, disable energy weapons, and disrupt their communication networks. With proper execution, humanity can regain the advantage without unnecessary loss of life. Alex felt a surge of determination. Then we move quickly. Every hour the Zeltrax remain unchecked, they grow bolder. We strike with precision, and we strike with certainty. Over the next several days, the crew of the Orion Vanguard trained intensively alongside newly deployed Earth fleets. Engineers installed advanced countermeasure systems on the ship, and gunners practiced new tactics for intercepting cloaked ships. Captain Monroe led drills that combined strategy, teamwork, and rapid decision-making, ensuring that his crew was prepared for any challenge. During this time, communications from other colonies arrived. Many expressed fear, others disbelief that Earth would act so decisively, but the message was clear. Humanity had begun to fight back, and no one could underestimate their determination. Meanwhile, in secret, Admiral Hart and her team planned the first major strike. Using data collected by Monroe's mission, they pinpointed the Zeltrax forward base on the frozen moon of Thalos 9, a remote outpost used to stage attacks and supply warships. The base was heavily fortified, protected by automated defense systems and energy barriers. Captain Monroe, Hart said during the final planning session, you and your crew will lead the strike team. Your experience with Zeltrax tactics gives you the edge. The operation must be swift and decisive. Disable their defenses, capture or destroy key command structures, and return safely. Avoid unnecessary casualties on both sides. Show them humanity is not to be challenged lightly. Alex nodded. Understood, Admiral. We'll move with precision. The Zeltrax will know that Earth does not hesitate and we protect every human life in the galaxy. The mission was set. The Orion Vanguard, accompanied by several support ships, departed Earth orbit, moving at faster than light speeds toward Thalos 9. The journey was tense, every crew member aware of the stakes. The silent corridors of the ship were filled with quiet determination. Engineers checked systems, medics prepared emergency supplies, and gunners reviewed tactical protocols. As they approached the frozen moon, the first signs of Zeltrax activity appeared on sensors. Automated drones patrolled the surface and energy fields shimmered around command towers. The base was well prepared for intrusion. Maintain stealth until we're within striking range, Alex instructed. We engage only when we have the advantage. We are precise, we are swift, and we are unstoppable together. The Orion Vanguard descended through the thin atmosphere, avoiding radar detection. Using cloaking and signal jamming techniques developed by Dr. Voss's team, the ship evaded the outer defense perimeter. Below, the moon's surface stretched in jagged icy plains dotted with towers and landing pads. Deploy the strike teams, Alex commanded. Teams moved in compact hover vehicles equipped with energy shields, scanning devices, and non-lethal immobilization tools. The objective was to neutralize the base's command structure, ensuring the Zeltrax could not organize a counterattack. The first encounter came quickly. Automated defense drones detected movement and fired. The humans responded with calculated precision, using shields and disruptor pulses to disable the drones without destruction. Each action was coordinated, a seamless demonstration of training and intelligence. Alex's team reached the command tower. The doors were sealed with advanced security protocols, but engineers from the crew worked quickly, hacking the systems and overriding the locks. Within moments, they were inside, confronting the central control hub of the base. Initiating system shutdown, Dr. Voss announced. All defense grids will be offline in 2 minutes. We gain control of communications and can disable cloaking devices for all remaining vessels in this sector. Alex surveyed the operation. Excellent. Security teams hold position and monitor for reinforcements. We strike only if necessary. Precision is our priority. As the systems went offline, sensors detected approaching Zeltrax ships attempting to respond. But the humans were ready. The Orion Vanguard and accompanying fleet targeted the enemy vessels with coordinated energy strikes, disabling shields and forcing retreats. The Zeltrax realized too late that they had underestimated human strategy. The battle continued briefly, with minimal casualties on the human side. Civilians in nearby colonies would never have noticed the precision strikes that neutralized a major threat before it could expand. For Alex and his crew, however, the victory was deeply personal. Humanity had shown strength, courage, and intelligence in the face of aggression. After the strike, the crew regrouped on the Orion Vanguard. The base was secured, communications restored, and the Zeltrax presence was significantly weakened. Alex looked at his crew, fatigue etched on their faces but determination shining in their eyes. Today we proved something important, he said. Humanity does not back down. We fight with honor, precision, and intelligence. We protect our people, and we do not allow fear to dictate our actions. The Zeltrax will remember this day. Back on Earth, news of the strike spread. Leaders praised the mission's success, scientists studied the human tactics used, and citizens felt a sense of security that had not existed for decades. Humanity had shown that courage, strategy, and unity could overcome even the most advanced foes. Admiral Hart addressed the crew via holo communication. Captain Monroe, your actions and those of your crew have demonstrated that Earth's defense is more than technology. It is the human spirit. The Zeltrax will think twice before attacking again. You have earned your place in history. Alex nodded humbly. We did what we had to do. But this is only the beginning. We must continue to strengthen our defenses, prepare for any future challenges, and show the galaxy that humanity's courage cannot be underestimated. As the Orion Vanguard set course for Earth, the crew reflected on the events that had unfolded. They had faced a powerful enemy, survived impossible odds, and achieved a decisive victory. But beyond the celebrations and commendations, each of them knew that the galaxy was vast, unpredictable, and filled with unknown threats. Humanity's survival would depend not only on courage and technology, but on intelligence, unity, and an unwavering commitment to protect each other. The stars stretched ahead, a vast canvas of potential danger and opportunity. Captain Alex Monroe sat once more in his command chair, watching the endless darkness. Somewhere among those distant points of light, other civilizations watched, waiting, wondering, perhaps plotting. And Alex knew with certainty that Earth would not be caught unprepared again. Humanity had shown its strength, and it would continue to shine relentless and unstoppable in the infinite void of space. The victory at Thalos 9 had not gone unnoticed. Across the galaxy, the Zeltrax hierarchy received reports of the human strike with disbelief and growing concern. Never before had a species shown such precision, courage, and tactical intelligence. Yet rather than retreat entirely, the Zeltrax began regrouping, attempting to repair their losses and plan for the inevitable human retaliation that would follow. On Earth, the mood was different. Humanity had proven its strength, and confidence ran high among the fleets and colonies. Yet Captain Alex Monroe knew better than to let pride cloud judgment. Victory is not the end, he reminded his crew as the Orion Vanguard approached Earth orbit. The Zeltrax will regroup, and they may strike again. We prepare not only to respond, but to anticipate their moves. Admiral Lena Hart called for a strategic meeting aboard the orbital command station. Holographic displays floated above the table, showing potential threat zones, supply lines, and the projected locations of Zeltrax fleets. Scientists, engineers, and military strategists worked side by side, analyzing patterns and predicting enemy behavior. Dr. Celine Voss, who had been instrumental in designing the countermeasures, addressed the group. The Zeltrax have shown they can cloak ships, coordinate attacks, and exploit weak points in our defenses. Our intelligence suggests they are unlikely to attack Earth directly, at least not yet. Their focus will be on retaliation against isolated colonies or supply lines. We must preempt these attacks. Admiral Hart nodded. We will strengthen defenses in key colonies, deploy rapid response teams, and continue offensive operations where strategic advantage exists. Captain Monroe, your experience leading missions under fire is invaluable. We want you to coordinate the next phase of strikes. Precision, intelligence, and speed will be our greatest weapons. Alex felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders, but he welcomed it. Humanity had learned a crucial lesson. A strong response was not just about firepower, it was about coordination, foresight, and strategy. Within days, the Orion Vanguard and accompanying ships departed for the Hadris sector, where reports indicated a Zeltrax supply convoy moving between outposts. The convoy was vital for sustaining the Zeltrax fleet's operations in the outer colonies, and intercepting it could cripple their capabilities for months. Captain, sensors are picking up multiple vessels ahead, Lieutenant Mara Chen reported. The convoy is heavily escorted. They are moving in tight formation and cloaking signatures are present. Alex studied the display, his mind working quickly. We don't engage blindly. Mara, initiate electronic countermeasures. Jam their cloaking devices while keeping our approach undetectable. Engineering, prepare energy burst to disable shields selectively. Timing is everything. The humans moved like a single organism. The Orion Vanguard led the fleet, weaving through asteroid fields to mask their approach. Cloaking jammers emitted silent pulses, gradually revealing the positions of the Zeltrax vessels. The enemy was unaware until it was too late. Then the battle began. Energy pulses streaked through space as human ships attacked with precision strikes. Shields flickered on the Zeltrax vessels, but they could not withstand the coordinated assault. The humans disabled their communication systems, forcing the convoy into confusion. Some Zeltrax ships attempted escape, only to be intercepted by rapid response units. Alex directed the battle from the command chair, his voice calm and authoritative. Target command ships first. Minimize collateral damage. We are here to disable, not destroy unless absolutely necessary. Protect the crew, protect the civilians, and demonstrate human precision. The Zeltrax fought back fiercely, firing energy blasts that pushed the human shields to their limits. One of the smaller human ships took a direct hit, forcing the crew to scramble and stabilize the vessel. Yet despite the intensity of the attack, the humans held their formation, working seamlessly together. Amid the chaos, Alex spotted the lead, Zeltrax cruiser, attempting to flee toward a nearby asteroid cluster. Pursue and disable, he ordered. Do not allow command to regroup. The pursuit was fast and tense. Cloaked drones tried to ambush the humans, but the fleet anticipated the tactics, using automated defenses and electronic countermeasures to neutralize threats before they could strike. Within minutes, the lead cruiser was immobilized, its shields offline and energy systems disrupted. Commander Ortiz, prepare boarding teams. We secure the vessel and gather intelligence, Alex instructed. Ensign Ortiz and his team moved, with disciplined efficiency, boarding the ship and disabling its remaining defenses. Inside the cruiser, the humans found evidence of Zeltrax planning for further attacks on colonies across multiple sectors. The data was invaluable, confirming Earth's suspicions and allowing strategists to refine future operations. Once the operation was complete, the fleet regrouped. The convoy had been neutralized, and the Zeltrax were forced into retreat. The human crews celebrated quietly, their victory achieved with minimal casualties. But Alex reminded them that this was only a part of a larger conflict. Back on Earth, Admiral Hart analyzed the newly captured data. The Zeltrax are intelligent, adaptive, and disciplined, but they are not infallible. Humanity has shown the ability to anticipate their tactics, respond swiftly, and strike with precision. These operations reinforce the message: any aggression against Earth or its colonies will be met with immediate and overwhelming retaliation. The news spread rapidly. Across human colonies, confidence grew. People felt safer knowing that Earth's fleets were vigilant, coordinated, and capable of striking decisively. Yet, even as celebrations took place, Alex remained focused. The Zeltrax had not surrendered. They were learning from every engagement, and the next encounter could be even more challenging. During a debriefing, Dr. Voss spoke with Alex privately. "Captain, the data we captured indicates potential weaknesses in Zeltrax supply lines, but they are intelligent and capable of rapid adaptation. If we continue to engage, we must innovate constantly. Predictability is our enemy." Alex nodded. "We will not become predictable. Every strike, every maneuver, every decision must be precise and unexpected. Humanity's advantage is not only technology, it's strategy, courage, and the human spirit." Days later, Earth initiated another coordinated strike, targeting a Zeltrax outpost that had been organizing raids on smaller colonies. This operation was different. It was designed not only to neutralize a strategic location, but also to demonstrate human ingenuity and tactical brilliance. Alex's team used advanced drones to map the base's interior, avoiding unnecessary conflict with Zeltrax workers who were not part of the military effort. Automated defense systems were disabled remotely, and energy pulses disabled key infrastructure without causing widespread destruction. When the human strike teams landed on the surface, they encountered minimal resistance. The Zeltrax forces present were quickly immobilized, captured for questioning, and the base was secured. The operation was conducted with such efficiency and precision that it left no doubt in the minds of any observer. Humanity had become a force that could strike swiftly, decisively, and with careful intelligence. Captain Munro reported to Admiral Hart, "The outpost is secured, minimal casualties, and we captured valuable intelligence. The Zeltrax will now think twice before threatening any human settlement." Hart smiled, her expression reflecting both relief and pride. "Your crew continues to demonstrate that courage combined with strategy is humanity's greatest weapon. We send a clear message. Humans are not only resilient but relentless. Any attack against us will be met with an unstoppable response." Alex looked out at the stars from the bridge of the Orion Vanguard. The galaxy was vast, full of dangers and unknown civilizations, but humans had proven that intelligence, courage, and coordination could overcome the odds. He knew the Zeltrax would learn from their mistakes, but so would humanity. Each engagement made them stronger, more united, and more capable of defending their people. As the fleet prepared to return to Earth, reports came in from other sectors. The Zeltrax, shaken by repeated defeats, had begun consolidating their forces, abandoning smaller outposts and pulling back from regions where humans had established strong defenses. Humanity's retaliation had not only neutralized immediate threats, but had also shifted the balance of power. Alex spoke to his crew before the final leg of the journey home. "We've shown that humans are more than capable of defending themselves. We act with precision, courage, and intelligence. But the galaxy is vast. We remain vigilant, we prepare, we protect, and we do not hesitate when duty calls." The humans cheered quietly, a mix of relief and determination filling the room. They had faced formidable enemies and had emerged victorious through strategy, discipline, and unwavering resolve. They understood that the battles ahead would test them further, but they were ready. The Orion Vanguard and its fleet returned to Earth orbit with the knowledge that humanity had grown stronger, smarter, and more united. Across the globe, people celebrated the successes, not merely as victories in space, but as evidence of human courage, resilience, and determination. Humanity had become a force that no enemy could ignore, and far away, among the stars, the Zeltrax learned a lesson. The entity was intelligent, precise, and relentless, and any who threatened it would face the foe. The Zeltrax, humiliated by repeated defeats, retreated to their home territory, a vast system of planets and moons protected by dense asteroid fields and powerful defense grids. For years, humans had considered the outer colonies dangerous but distant. Now the conflict had brought the fight directly to the edge of Zeltrax space. Captain Alex Munro sat in the command chair aboard the Orion Vanguard, studying the holographic display of the Zeltrax home system. The fleet was ready, composed of Earth's finest ships and experienced crews, all trained for a coordinated strike. The mission was clear. Neutralize the remaining military strongholds, disrupt their command networks, and demonstrate that humanity would not be intimidated. Captain, Lieutenant Mara Chen reported, the outer defense grid is extensive. Automated turrets, energy barriers, and detection arrays cover the approach routes. Any mistake could be catastrophic, Alex nodded, his jaw set. We expected nothing less. We move with precision. Every maneuver is calculated. Keep the fleet coordinated and follow my lead. Remember, speed, intelligence, and adaptability are our weapons. Admiral Lena Hart had joined the command as liaison, providing real-time updates and strategic support. Captain, our intelligence suggests the Zeltrax fleet is regrouping near Zeta Prime. We believe their command ship is stationed there. Disabling it will disrupt all operations across their home system. Alex studied the display. The path to Zeta Prime was treacherous, filled with natural hazards and fortified outposts. Engineering prepare energy bursts to bypass shield arrays. Tactical coordinate drone units for reconnaissance. We strike only where it is critical. Minimize risk and maintain surprise. The Orion Vanguard led the fleet through dense asteroid belts, avoiding detection by using gravity-assisted maneuvers. Cloaking jammers masked their approach and sensor drones scouted ahead, transmitting real-time data back to the fleet. Suddenly, a series of energy bursts flared across the void. Zeltrax defense turrets had detected one of the scouts. "Shields up!" Alex commanded. "Evasive maneuvers, keep formation tight." The fleet responded seamlessly. The Orion Vanguard weaved through the asteroid field while smaller ships flanked the enemy turrets, disabling them with precision shots. The Zeltrax defense systems were strong, but humanity's coordination and adaptability proved stronger. After several tense hours, the fleet emerged from the asteroid belt and approached the first major stronghold, a massive orbital station controlling energy distribution for the outer planets. The station was heavily fortified, its shield generators creating a nearly impenetrable barrier. Alex studied the station. We cannot attack head-on. Tactical, we simulate an assault from the north. Engineering, prepare a diversion on the south side. Mara, send in cloaked drones to disable shields and disrupt communications. Timing must be perfect, the operation began. Cloaked drones slipped past the station's defenses, silently disabling critical systems. Meanwhile, the fleet executed a feint from the north, drawing attention away from the real strike. Energy pulses and precision fire from human ships neutralized defensive turrets without causing large-scale destruction. Within minutes, the orbital station's shields faltered, and the communication network went offline. We have control, Dr. Celine Voss reported. Defense grids are offline. We can proceed with minimal resistance. Captain Monroe directed the boarding teams to land on the station. Engineers and security officers moved quickly, securing key areas and collecting intelligence. The operation was smooth, coordinated, and precise, a testament to human planning and training. Excellent work, everyone, Alex said. We've disabled a major hub without unnecessary damage. This is exactly the kind of victory that sends a message to the Zeltrax. Humanity is not weak. The fleet regrouped and set course for Zeta Prime, the homeworld of the Zeltrax command fleet. Sensors detected multiple vessels attempting to regroup for defense, but the humans were ready. Using intelligence gathered from previous battles, Alex devised a maneuver to intercept them before they could organize. Form an intercept formation, he ordered. We strike their command ship directly. The rest of their fleet will follow our lead, or they will be isolated and neutralized. The battle began with intense energy exchanges. The Zeltrax fired relentlessly, but the humans anticipated their movements. Shields held, weapons fired with precision, and drones disrupted enemy targeting systems. Smaller human ships flanked and disabled enemy cruisers, isolating the command vessel. Alex watched as the lead Zeltrax ship attempted to escape, pursue, and immobilize. We need their command intact for intelligence. Use non-lethal disruption where possible. Ensign Ortiz and his boarding team executed a flawless approach. They used tractor beams and energy disruptors to halt the ship's movement. Once docked, they breached the hull and secured the command center. Inside, they found maps, communication logs, and fleet plans. Every piece of data was critical for understanding Zeltrax strategy and preventing future attacks. Captain, we have full control of the command ship, Ortiz reported. They won't be able to coordinate any further attacks without us knowing their movements. Alex allowed himself a brief nod of approval. Good work. This victory is strategic, not just tactical. Disable their remaining fleet without unnecessary conflict. Show them humanity is organized, intelligent, and unyielding. The remaining Zeltrax ships attempted retreat, but the human fleet, using precision strikes and coordinated maneuvers, forced them to surrender or flee entirely from the sector. Within hours, the Zeltrax command structure was crippled, and their home system was no longer secure. Back on Earth, Admiral Hart monitored the operation with satisfaction. Captain Monroe, your execution has been flawless. Humanity has shown not only courage but unmatched strategy. The Zeltrax will think twice before challenging us again, Alex responded calmly. This is not the end. They may regroup again, but they now understand that any attack on humans will be met with precision, intelligence, and unrelenting force. We are not only defending ourselves, we are shaping the future of human strength in the galaxy. Despite the success, Alex remained vigilant. He knew that the Zeltrax, intelligent and resourceful, would learn from each defeat. Humanity could not rely solely on technology. Their greatest advantage remained strategy, adaptability, and the courage of every individual who faced impossible odds without fear. The fleet returned to Earth orbit, their mission complete. Across the planet, humans celebrated the news of the decisive victories, but Alex knew that preparation for future threats was ongoing. He addressed his crew. We have achieved great victories, but our duty continues. Every colony, every outpost, every human life is our responsibility. We must remain vigilant, intelligent, and united. Dr. Voss added, Captain, the intelligence we collected today will allow Earth to strengthen defenses, predict enemy movements, and continue precise offensive operations if necessary. Humanity's future in the galaxy is now more secure than ever. Alex looked out at the stars from the bridge. The galaxy was vast, full of dangers and unknown civilizations. Humanity had proven it could fight, strategize, and win, even against formidable opponents. Every battle had taught them something new, how to anticipate, adapt, and protect their people. As the Orion Vanguard settled into Earth orbit, ready for repairs and resupply, Alex knew the message had been sent. Humanity was not to be underestimated. The Zeltrax had learned this lesson, and so had every other species that watched the humans rise with growing respect, and perhaps a measure of fear. Captain Monroe addressed the crew one final time before leaving the bridge. We have shown what humans are capable of. We act with intelligence, courage, and unity. Our victories are not just about defeating an enemy. They are about proving that we protect each other no matter the cost. We have sent a message across the stars. Humanity is a force that cannot be ignored. The crew cheered quietly, reflecting on the journey they had shared. They had faced powerful foes, executed precise operations, and emerged victorious. Yet they knew that vigilance would always be necessary. The galaxy was vast, and humanity's role in it was only beginning, and far away in the shadows of distant star systems, the Zeltrax recalculated, reorganized, and prepared. They would not forget the humans' strength, but neither would the humans forget what they had achieved. Humanity had risen, not only to survive but to protect, to lead, and to demonstrate that courage combined with intelligence was a force unmatched in the galaxy. The stars beyond Zeta Prime shimmered, a silent reminder that the universe was vast and unpredictable, but humans had discovered their greatest strength, their unity, their courage, and their unwavering determination to defend each other. And with that strength, no enemy could ever truly overpower them. The galaxy had grown quiet after the decisive operations in Zeltrax territory, but for Captain Alex Monroe and his crew, there was no time for complacency. Humanity had demonstrated its strength, but vigilance was still necessary. The Zeltrax, though weakened, were intelligent and could regroup if given the opportunity. Back on Earth, Admiral Lena Hart convened a council with top military leaders and strategists. Holographic displays showed the current positions of all known Zeltrax fleets, the status of colonies, and the projected locations of critical resources. The consensus was clear. Humanity had won the battles, but the war could only be fully secured by removing the remaining threats in the Zeltrax home system and ensuring the safety of all colonies. Captain Monroe, Hart addressed him, her expression serious but confident. We have intelligence that a hidden fleet is preparing to launch a counterstrike. It's small but could destabilize isolated colonies. We need a precise final operation to neutralize them completely. Your experience makes you the ideal leader for this mission." Alex nodded, his jaw firm. "We'll strike with precision and strategy. Our goal is to end their capacity to threaten humans permanently, without unnecessary destruction. We show strength, intelligence, and mercy where possible. That is what sets humanity apart." The Orion Vanguard and its supporting fleet set course for the coordinates of the hidden Zeltrax fleet. Sensors detected cloaked ships moving in formation near an asteroid field, attempting to evade detection. Alex studied the readings carefully. "Cloaking jammers ready. Approach cautiously. We strike only when we have full advantage." Lieutenant Mara Chen reported. "Captain, they are deploying drones to scout our position. We must act fast before they detect us." Alex made a swift decision. "Deploy counter-drones to disrupt their sensors. Prepare targeted strikes for maximum effect on command ships. The rest of their fleet will follow our lead or be neutralized." The Orion Vanguard led the fleet through the asteroid field, carefully avoiding collisions while maintaining stealth. Using intelligence gathered from prior operations, the humans anticipated the enemy's movements and intercepted the Zeltrax command vessels before they could organize. Then the battle began. Energy blasts lit up the void, streaking across space as human ships engaged with calculated precision. Shields flared and weapons discharged, but the humans moved with coordination and efficiency. Every action was deliberate, minimizing risk while maximizing impact. The Zeltrax attempted evasive maneuvers, but the humans had predicted them. Cloaked drones revealed hidden ships. Energy disruptors disabled shields, and tactical maneuvers isolated the command vessels from their escorts. Within minutes, the fleet was disoriented, unable to communicate or coordinate effectively. "Target the command ship directly," Alex ordered. "Non-lethal disruption where possible. We want to end this without unnecessary casualties." Ensign Ortiz and his boarding team moved with disciplined precision. They used tractor beams and energy disruptors to immobilize the lead vessel, then boarded it to secure the command center. Inside, they found the remaining Zeltrax leadership, surprised and unable to respond effectively. Captain Monroe addressed the captured commanders via communication relay. "Your attacks on human colonies are over. Humanity does not seek unnecessary destruction, but we protect ourselves with intelligence, courage, and strength. Any future aggression will be met with immediate, decisive action. You may surrender, or further resistance will be met with total containment." The Zeltrax commanders, recognizing the futility of resistance, agreed to stand down. Their fleet had been neutralized, their communication networks disabled, and their home system compromised by human strategy. "Captain," Lieutenant Chen reported, "the remaining ships are retreating or surrendering. The operation is nearly complete." Alex allowed himself a brief moment of relief. "Excellent. Maintain position and oversee the surrender process. Ensure that all communications and intelligence are secured. We finish this without unnecessary loss of life." As the Zeltrax ships disengaged and began compliance protocols, Earth's command received detailed reports from the field. The hidden fleet had been neutralized with minimal human casualties, and colonies across the galaxy were now secure. Humanity had demonstrated not only military strength but also discipline, intelligence, and moral responsibility. Admiral Hart communicated with Captain Monroe. "This operation sets a precedent. Humanity has shown that it can protect its people, neutralize threats, and do so with strategic intelligence. The Zeltrax will not underestimate us again. Your leadership has been exemplary." Alex nodded, looking at the stars beyond the viewport. "We've done what we set out to do. The galaxy knows that humanity is not defenseless. We defend our own, and we do so with strategy, courage, and unity. That is our greatest strength." In the weeks following the final operation, human fleets patrolled the outer sectors, ensuring that no Zeltrax forces could regroup or threaten colonies. Training programs were expanded, intelligence networks strengthened, and new defensive protocols were implemented. Humanity had not only won a war but had grown stronger, smarter, and more united as a species. Across colonies, people expressed relief and gratitude. They had survived attacks that could have been devastating, thanks to the courage, intelligence, and determination of human fleets. Captain Monroe's name, along with the crew of the Orion Vanguard, became a symbol of human resilience and bravery. Despite the celebrations, Alex remained vigilant. "We've won a major battle," he said to his crew, "but the galaxy is vast. Unknown civilizations watch us, learning from our actions. We must remain united, prepared, and intelligent. That is how humanity survives and thrives. The crew of the Orion Vanguard shared a quiet pride. They had faced the Zeltrax, an intelligent and formidable foe, and had emerged victorious. But more than that, they had proven that humans could act with strategy, precision, and courage, qualities that could overcome even the most advanced enemies. Captain Monroe addressed the fleet one final time before returning to Earth. Humanity's strength is not just in weapons or technology. It is in our intelligence, our courage, and our ability to work together. We protect our people, anticipate threats, and act with precision. The galaxy now knows that humans are not to be underestimated. As the fleet entered Earth orbit, the planet below shimmered with life. Humanity had defended itself, its colonies, and its future. The Zeltrax, humbled and weakened, would no longer threaten the outer colonies. The human species had grown stronger, united, and more confident in its place in the galaxy. Admiral Hart welcomed the fleet back, acknowledging their courage and success. Captain Monroe, your actions and those of your crew have shown the galaxy what humans are capable of. Intelligence, courage, and unity are humanity's greatest weapons. You have secured not just victory but a lasting peace for our colonies. Alex responded with quiet determination. We've done our duty. The galaxy has seen what humans can accomplish when we work together, think ahead, and act with courage. Let this be a lesson to all who would challenge us. Humanity protects itself, and we do so with precision and intelligence. As the Orion Vanguard docked and crew members disembarked, they were met with cheers, applause, and gratitude. Families, friends, and fellow humans celebrated their bravery. Yet everyone understood that this victory was only possible because of teamwork, strategy, and discipline. The Zeltrax, now contained and aware of humanity's capabilities, would no longer be able to attack freely. Humanity had not only defended itself, but had established a reputation across the stars as a species that could not be underestimated. Captain Alex Monroe, standing on the command deck and looking out at the Earth below, reflected on the journey. The battles had been fierce, the stakes high, but humanity had proven its true strength, intelligence, courage, and unity. No matter the challenge, humans had the ability to adapt, strategize, and emerge victorious. The galaxy remained vast, full of unknown civilizations and potential threats, but humanity had taken its first decisive steps into a larger role. The Zeltrax conflict had ended, not merely with victory, but with a demonstration of human excellence, strategy, and morality. And far beyond Earth, among the stars, other species would remember the story of humanity, a species that could face impossible odds, strike with precision, and defend its people with intelligence and courage unmatched in the galaxy. Captain Monroe turned from the viewport and addressed his crew. We've done our duty. We've protected humanity, secured the colonies, and shown that courage and intelligence define us, but our responsibility continues. We prepare, we anticipate, and we defend. That is who we are. That is humanity. The crew, tired but resolute, nodded in agreement. They had been tested, and they had proven that humans, united by strategy and courage, could overcome any foe, no matter how advanced or relentless. As Earth spun beneath them, a vibrant and resilient planet, Captain Alex Monroe knew one thing with certainty. Humanity had not only survived but had risen. It had earned its place among the stars, not through reckless force but through intelligence, courage, and unity. The galaxy would never forget humanity's name, nor would any enemy underestimate the species that had faced impossible odds and emerged victorious. Humanity had proven that even in the vast,